Hey guys, so this is going to be a video for C.5. Nothing super difficult here, but you do need to know the definitions of these four things and be able to apply them, right? So a euphemism is something that we say because there is a thing we don't want to say, right? So instead of saying we took our dog to the vet to be killed, because that sounds really harsh and it doesn't quite capture the meaning of what we're actually doing. We say things like, we're taking our dog to get it put down. We use it we use euphemism a lot in situations where we don't want to directly say the thing that we're trying to say. So instead of saying, I got to go take a poop, you say, I have to go use the restroom, right? That's an example of euphemism. Hyperbole is an exaggeration. Anytime you exaggerate. So if you say like, man, I was flying down the highway at 300 miles an hour. Well, you weren't literally doing that, but you use that exaggeration to make your point that you were going really fast. An oxymoron is it's like a short phrase that has a kind of like opposite meaning. So like cruel to be kind, or spend money to make money, like that kind of stuff. And a paradox is a logic puzzle where it's just like paradoxes are the hardest one to explain. So a paradox is a logic puzzle that makes sense but doesn't, right? So let's pull up a couple examples here. Okay. So here's an example, right? No warning signs, stop, no stopping anytime, right? So things that make sense but don't quite on their face. I'm in total control, but do not let my wife find out, right? Those kind of things. Those are paradoxes. And the main way that you tell the difference between an oxymoron and a paradox, the like easiest way that doesn't always work, is that oxymorons will be like one, or they'll be like two words instead of a sentence. Okay. All right, so let's go back over here and see. Right, so could have eaten a horse. I could have eaten a horse. And then I have a choice between hyperbole and oxymoron. That's a hyperbole, right? Because the person could not literally have eaten a horse. So it's an exaggeration. And I'm going to try to get you one of each here. A readjustment of rations. So that's a euphemism. We don't want to say you're going to be getting less food, so we say a readjustment of rations. Friendly fire, that's another example of euphemism, right? So we don't want to say you shot your buddy. We say friendly fire. Okay, let's see here. Let's see if we can find a oxymoron. Okay, so two hemorrhages apiece. So that would be an example of hyperbole. And let's do one more. Unnecessary things are only necessities. So we have unnecessary and necessity. And that's an example of a paradox, because those two things are opposite, but it still makes sense in context, right? So like a cell phone is unnecessary, but we view it as a necessity. Make sense? Reality leaves a lot to the imagination. That's another example of paradox, right? Reality and imagination are opposite ideas, but the idea still makes sense. And not exactly a team player. So I'm going to pull up a oxymoron example here just to show you guys what they look like. So see how these are shorter than the paradoxes? Big baby, open secret, passive aggressive. original copy. So that's oxymoron. And yeah, so I will be available to help you if you should need help. My contact information is right there at the front of the Schoology page. So I hope you guys are doing well. Miss you all, and hope that you're having a good week before Christmas, I guess. So, all right, guys, take care. We'll see you in a bit.